stopping by my channel. I am so excited today. I've been waiting and waiting to begin my Christmas cookie marathon. Oh, I just love this time of year. And you know, the Diva's in character again. Look at my cute little Santa apron. My friend Camille made this for me for my birthday, and I've been keeping it for this special occasion. Now, today, I'm gonna make the most delicious almond cookie you ever tasted. And it's so easy, but wait till you see how pretty it is. I can't take credit for it. I went to a bridal shower this summer, and they were served, and I loved them. And it turns out that the bride's aunt made them, and of course, the Diva had to ask for the recipe. And this is a gift I'm giving you today, how to make these delicious almond cookies. So, before we begin, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, go down below and hit that red subscribe till it turns gray, and hit the little bell next to it so you'll get a notification when all my cookies come on board. So anyway, let's get started. Are you ready, cameraman?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Ready as I'll ever be. Okay. Does that mean you're ready, cameraman?
It does.
Okay, let's get started. First thing you're going to need is your electric mixer. If you don't have a mixer like this, you can use your hand mixer if you don't have a stand one. First thing we're going to do is we're going to put 1 cup plus 2 tablespoons of unsalted, softened butter. So let me put that in the mixer. That would technically be 2 sticks of the unsalted butter and 2 tablespoons. Sorry, I have Squeaky Birdie chirping in the background. But all of you that follow me, you know I have the birds, so just ignore them. So anyway, it's the unsalted butter, 1 cup of white granulated sugar. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just mix them slightly until they're combined. Let me move Santa out of the way. That's my baking Santa. So I'm going to cream this, and once I get the butter and the sugar creamed, we are going to add to that 1 egg and my extracts. Smells good. Don't you just love the smell of cookies? I love to bake everything, but I think cookies are my favorite. Let me just take my spatula, scrape the sides a little bit so we get it all mixed thoroughly. I hope you all had a great Thanksgiving. Here we go. The stand mixer mixes a lot more. It's more powerful than the hand mixer, but they both work, whatever you have. Okay. Now, to the sugar and the butter, I'm going to add 1 egg. And we're going to put in 1 teaspoon of almond extract. Let me get my almond out there. I love almond extract. This is 1 teaspoon. Okay. And we're going to put in 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. 1/2 teaspoon. Alrighty. Now I'm going to mix those. Get that all combined. Do you like my hat? It's a little big for me. Keeps falling down into my eyes. What do you think, cameraman? Do I look festive to you?
You surely do.
Okay, my earrings. I have about 15 different kinds of Christmas hats. I saved them year after year after year. And the kids come over and we all decide what kind of hats we're going to put on. And mixing this. Alrighty. This year, I wanted to tell you, we're doing something special at Christmas. The family's coming over, and my grandson Kyle had an idea. He said, why don't we all wear Christmas pajamas? And there was a couple of the adults that were resistant, but I always tell you, you have to be young at heart and have fun. So they're coming over, I'm hosting Christmas, and all of us are going to be wearing Christmas pajamas. So I'll make sure I show you some of the pictures in my videos. All right, so we put the 1 egg in and the extracts. Now we're going to gradually add in the flour. And this is 3 cups of all-purpose flour. So let me just gradually add that in. Cameraman always tells me, what do you tell me about measurements, cameraman? Liquid and dry.
I don't know. I think I said they weren't necessarily exactly the same.
Right. Like if you look at this, it has the spout and wall. I think this is supposed to be for liquid measurements, right? And then you have this type without the spout. I think that's supposed to be for dry, but I already measured the 3 cups of flour. I'm just using this because I had it. So I don't know, I think that's true. But if you have a disagreement of any sort with that, take it up with the cameraman. Right, cameraman?
I don't even know who you are.
Hey, cameraman, I'm making these cookies to fatten up the cameraman. So I figure after I make a lot of cookies for the next few weeks, he'll get fat and I'm going to persuade him to put a Santa Claus costume on. What do you think, cameraman?
That ain't happening.
That's not happening. Why? Your hair's turned gray. You will make a good Santa. We just have to put a beard on you.
No thanks.
No, what a party pooper. Let me just scrape the edges of this bowl a little bit. I like to chat with you while I'm doing this. This way, I don't know, it's not so boring. You don't have to just listen to the mixer going and going. I figure I'll entertain you. What do you think? Good idea? Oh, we did have a winner for the last giveaway. It was cast iron skillet. And the gift went out to them, so I told them to let me know when they receive it. Hopefully they're going to like it. Cast iron skillet. Their channel is growing very quickly. If you haven't already seen it, stop on by and visit them. Rebecca and Chef John. They have great recipes, and they're a lot of fun to watch. All right, we have our 3 cups of flour in there. Now, once I finish mixing all of this, what you're going to do is you're going to take your dough, you're going to wrap it in saran wrap, plastic wrap, and you're going to put it in your refrigerator for approximately 2 hours. Don't put it in any longer, it might harden on you. And these cookies are made a special way, but I don't want to tell you yet until we take the dough out of the refrigerator and I show you what we're going to do. This is what makes them so pretty and so festive looking on your cookie tray. So let me see, I think this might be all ready to put together. Let me see, and put in the fridge. Oopsie, to put in the fridge just to chill it a little bit. It makes the dough easier to work with. So let me see. My hands are washed. They're nice and clean. Yep, this is what your dough will look like. You just squish it all together like that, you see? It's very easy to work with. I'm going to make a big ball of it. I'm going to put it in saran wrap. I'm going to put it in the fridge, and the Diva will be back as soon as the dough chills. All Alrighty, I took the dough out of the refrigerator. I had wrapped it in plastic wrap. The recipe said to chill it for about 2 hours. I checked it after about maybe an hour, and I thought it was just fine. So I guess every refrigerator is a little different. If you leave it in too long, it's going to be very hard, and then you have to leave it out for a while to make it a little softer. So for me, a little over an hour worked. Now, what makes these cookies so beautiful is I have here a silicone mold that can be used for cookies, cakes, Jell-O, ice cubes, whatever. Now mine happens to be fairly deep. So if you were to fill the top with the dough, these would be monster cookies. So I only fill it halfway. I picked out this mold because I thought it was pretty. It had 3 different kind of flowers on it. One of them almost reminded me of a poinsettia. So I picked up these. I got them on Amazon. I ordered 3 of them. They were very inexpensive. I'll put the Amazon link down below in the description box. You can buy any kind of silicone molds you want. If you want to make these cookies for Valentine's Day, you can buy hearts, whatever. I actually purchased some more that have trees and snowmen on them, but they haven't come yet, but I'm sure I'll be making more of these. So what you're going to do is you're going to preheat your oven to 375 degrees. Mine's preheating now, so you might hear the beep go off. You're going to unwrap your cookie dough. You're going to have a cookie sheet on hand because once you get the dough into the mold, I put it on the cookie sheet just so it doesn't flop around when you bake them in the oven. So what you're going to do is you're going to pinch off a piece of the dough, and it depends on the size of your mold, how much you're going to fill it, or how many cookies you're going to get. This recipe yields about 2 to 2.5 dozen cookies. I made these actually the other day, and I decorated them with a like a colored glaze, just a little bit of them. I got, I guess, a little over 2 dozen. If you use a smaller mold, obviously you're going to get more. So just take your ball of dough and press it in. Press it in with your fingers to the mold. Don't, like I say, if you have this mold, don't fill it to the top. Try to get it nice and even in there. The molds will obviously have a design on them, so you want to make sure that you push the dough all around so you get a nice design on it. You see what I'm doing here? I'll hold up the mold. I didn't fill this to the top. I filled it maybe a little more than halfway. And that's what I'm going to do with the other ones. You're certainly welcome to fill it up more or less if you want. But just use your judgment because you want to get the design on it. So you're pinching off your little bit of dough and you're pressing it into your mold. You don't need to grease these molds. So I'm going to continue doing this to the rest of them I have here. I do have 3 molds I purchased, so I'm going to fill up as many of the openings as I can. And just to show you, when I'm all done, I'm going to take my cookie sheet. Now, it doesn't say that you need to put parchment paper on the cookie sheet, but I did. So when I'm all done with this, I'm going to place it on the cookie sheet. I'm going to put them in the 375 degree oven for 10 to 12 minutes. Now, these cookies are not going to get brown. You're going to see them get slightly brown around the edges, and that's when it's time to take them out. These cookies are pretty much going to look almost like the color of the dough when they come out. They're not a hard, crispy cookie. Now, if you want, you can leave them just as they are when they come out of the oven, and you'll have just a plain, nice almond cookie. But I have a little glaze recipe that's simple to do. And I take a little paintbrush and I just glaze a little bit on there, which I'll show you later. So let me get all these molds filled up. Let me get them in the oven. And when they're all done, I'm going to take them out and show you what they look like after I've cooled them on the cooking rack. I usually leave them in the mold here for about 5 to 10 minutes, and then I gently put them out onto the cooling rack. So I'll be right back. Hi everybody, I'm back. All right, I took the cookies out of the oven. Let me hold one up and show you what it looks like. Look at that. I hope you can see it. I'll put some photos in with the video and you'll get a closer look. But I did some different shapes. These are heavy. That was a big mold, so these are a nice hearty cookie. Wait a minute. We're here for a taste testing and I have somebody here next to me. Who are you?
Santa Claus.
Who?
Santa Claus.
Santa Claus came. What do you have to say, Santa?
Ho, ho, ho.
Whoa, see, I told you, we have lots of fun today. Who would have ever thought that Santa Claus would come and visit you? Say hi to everybody.
Hi.
Oh, 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 oh. Well, anyway, we have the cookies, and we have a couple of different shapes. Now, you can leave them as is and eat them the way they are, and they're a nice, sort of chewy almond cookie. Now, I made some the other day, and I'll show you a couple of them that I just put a little bit of icing on. Like this one, I just iced some of the petals, and for my icing, you're going to use 1 cup of powdered sugar, 3 teaspoons of milk, about 1/4 teaspoon of almond extract, and 2 to 3 teaspoons of light corn syrup. The light corn syrup, do you know what the light corn syrup does to the cookies, to the icing, Santa?
They make it shiny.
Right, Santa knows. They made them shiny, right? They make them like a nice cookie icing and shiny.
Yeah.
How'd you know that?
Because I'm smart.
Because you're smart, that's right.
And I'm Santa Claus.
All right, so if you want to ice them, I just did them a few different ways because I thought they were pretty. So I'm going to mix some of them with a little icing on them onto the cookie tray with some of them that don't have icing on them. Now if you want to ice them, we mixed it up and we made some pink and some blue. What you do is you just follow the Glaze recipe, but like I said, it's optional. I even prefer them without anything on them. Yes, Santa?
You mean red?
Right. Oh, 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 oh. And what I did is I took a little brush. You see it here? And what you can do is, let me try this one. Dip the brush in the glaze.
And she
And you just,
painted it.
that's right, Santa. I just painted it right on there. And then when that hardens, that will be a nice shiny, right, Santa?
Yeah.
A nice shiny cookie glaze.
And that's why it's called paint. Because it paints stuff.
That's right, it's sugar icing paint, right? So the glaze is optional. It's really up to you. And you can make any color you want. Now these cookies took me, I'm going to say about 14 minutes to bake because the mold was big. If you decide to make them in a smaller mold, make a smaller cookie, might only be 10 to 12 minutes. So see how I'm doing it? So we're going to taste one of these. Which one should we taste? That one? Okay, Santa, you think you can get it in there in your mouth to take a bite? What do you think? Taste it?
Good.
It's good, Santa? Would you like it if people left you these cookies on Christmas Eve with a glass of milk?
Yeah.
Yeah, and what do you say? Are they thumbs up?
Yes.
Yes, they're thumbs up. So I don't know if you can see them all in this container, but oops. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Please try it. These almond cookies are outrageous, right, Santa?
Yeah.
All right, so what do we tell all the people? Give me a
Thumbs up.
thumbs up. Oh, oh, oh. Subscribe to my channel and hit that like button. And make a comment if you like, okay? So anyway, thanks for joining me on my Christmas cookie marathon. I can't wait to make the next one. And I should mention to you that I'm not going to repeat, right, Santa? Not going to repeat the same cookies I put on my videos last Christmas. So I will put the links in the description box. I have my grandmother's Italian cookies. We have just a super easy fudge recipe, Santa, that isn't a cookie, but it got so many views. So I'll put a couple of links, Santa, down below. So anyway, I hope to see you very soon with another cookie recipe. Should we say ho, 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 and bye-bye to everybody?
Ho, ho,
Ho, ho, ho. Bye. Toodles.